I'm bringing up one of my special friends from way back in the day. We're going to get into that a little bit later. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to y'all about how I spent my birthday last week. Because all y'all know that me and Jalen, who was on the show last week, it was our birthday on the 27th. 24. That's right. 24. We made it 24 years on this earth. Approximately 8,760 days. Yes, I did count the days because I am grateful for every single day that the Lord keeps me here on this earth. And I mean that shit. I means that shit. But anyway, how I spent my birthday.
Did you say shit in the Lord in the same sense?
Did I actually?
Yes, actually.
Oh my goodness. Father, hold up. Pause the show. Pause the show. Lord Jesus, forgive me for putting them two words in the same sentence. I honestly didn't mean it. I was ranting. You know I'm trying to work on myself. You know I started that 365-day Bible challenge, and this is only day 3, so we got a long way to go. Anyway, thank you. Amen. All right. We back. We is back. Thank you for pointing that out, Dr. K. Oh, Lord. Y'all can see the Lord is working on me in this 2019. Anyway, back to my birthday on the 24th. Ladies and gentlemen, I crossed something off my bucket list, me and Jalen, for our birthday, 24, in 2018. We went to New York City, which was not the first time that I've been there. We went to Broadway, which is not the first time that I've been there. But we went to see The Lion King. And ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and everybody in between. When I say that I had me a good old time when I was in my Hakuna Matata state, I cried, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't care. I don't care how that makes me look. I don't care what y'all think about it. I cried 2 minutes into the show. Nothing didn't even happen. All Rafiki said is, "Na Takonya, Mama Kitibabo," or whatever the words is, because I don't speak Swahili. That's all Rafiki had to say, and the tears was coming. It was beautiful. I couldn't stop it. I didn't wipe my face. I didn't turn to look to my left at the lovely, couple that was sitting next to me. I didn't look to my right where Jalen was sitting next to me. I was just tunnel vision focused on the beautiful greatness that is The Lion King on Broadway, and tears was coming down my face. Circle of Life is much different live on Broadway, y'all. It's much different. It ain't like the movie. It is not like the movie. And I encourage y'all, if you ever get the time, if you ever get the money, and if you are a fan of Broadway or even a fan of The Lion King, go see that show. Go see it. It was beautiful. Lord Jesus, it was beautiful. Surprisingly, I did not cry when Mufasa died. Surprisingly, can you believe that? I did not cry when Mufasa died. Probably because I knew it was coming. But probably because I spent all my emotion crying in the first 2 minutes. And again, I don't care. I don't care how that makes me look. I don't think y'all understand how much I love The Lion King. It was the first movie I ever saw, y'all. The first movie I ever saw. The VHS. The one where you pop the tape in and actually have to physically rewind it. With the black and white stripes and all that coming down the screen. That was my first movie, y'all. I remember exactly where the tape was messing up when I was watching it as a little kid. It was when Simba was lying in the canyons after Mufasa died. And the buzzards are circling around him. That's when the color come out. That's when the color was cutting out. And the tape messed up. And for some odd reason, it switched over to some Oprah Winfrey show because I could have sworn my mother took the same video cassette tape and started recording the Oprah Winfrey show on there. I don't know why, but it happened. And then 5 seconds later, here comes Timon and Pumbaa chasing the buzzards away. And then they start singing the Hakuna Matata. Memories, y'all. That's how much I love The Lion King. Because I specifically remember where in the tape that happened and what happened in the tape. It wasn't even in the movie. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so deeply. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. And I will treasure that for all of my life. Now, the second thing I did is I went back to Broadway and saw another show called Once on This Island. Now, I didn't cry during that one. but I was this close to catching the Holy Spirit. This close to catching the Holy Spirit. Because this is a tale, a Caribbean tale, of a young woman who was washed up on a deserted Caribbean island. Well, not that deserted, because there are people living up there. But the people on this island raised her. And then the four gods, the four deities that they worship, they watched over this woman all her life and the decisions that they made. And it was a raucous good time of music and celebration and just colorfulness and culture. And it was just, it's inexplicable. Once on this Island is actually one of those Broadway shows that is inexplicable. That's another one that y'all gotta see, ladies and gentlemen. The one thing that I think would have made this a little bit better is if it was actually on the first day of 2019. Because that would have been a way to kick off 2019. Just to see two beautiful Broadway shows. One of them that made me cry, and one of them that made me catch the Holy Spirit. On the beginning of 2019. But it was 2 days after my birthday. So, I take it. I take it, ladies and gentlemen. But here we are at 2019. At the very beginning. Day 3 at a 365. And I would love everybody going forward in 2019 to really go for what they really want. Here at Out the Box Radio, all of our hosts, Invisible Janae and Invisible Justin, we are all in the entertainment business. We all like to act. Sometimes we like to produce. Sometimes we like to put other people on. But most of the time, we are consumed by our full times, by our duties, by what we need to do to put money on the table, to put bread on the table, to put bacon on the table, and whatever else on the table that you need to put on the table. But I think that 2019 is the year when we need to affirm our beliefs, affirm our dreams, really put out into the universe what we need to go for, what we really want to do. Started reading this book that's called New Thoughts for the Actor by Jack Plotnick. It's a really good book, and it has a few of these affirmations in there. Not just affirmations for being an artist, but daily affirmations. Affirmations that help you become a better person. Affirmations that help you stop beating yourself up over the choices that you made in the past. And I know a lot of us have made some choices that we look back and say, that wasn't the best one. I know I did. Definitely. But I want to encourage y'all to take some of these affirmations and say them to yourself every single day or whenever you need them. One of them in particular that I said over and over and over and over this morning was this: I forgive myself unconditionally. I'm going to say it again because it sounds like a Bible quote and it sounds so beautiful. I forgive myself unconditionally. I want y'all to forgive yourself for whatever wrongs that you have done in your past, or whatever wrongs that you think you did today. Just keep on saying that. I forgive myself unconditionally. Let that take over. Let your forgiveness take over. Forgive yourself. Let it go so that way you can move on and try and strive your goals in 2019. Another one that you should say every day is I am grateful for what I have. I am grateful for what I have, and I have enough. You might think that you might not have enough because you constantly want things and you're constantly striving to get more things. But you know, you have enough. So I want y'all to take those two affirmations. I forgive myself unconditionally, and I am grateful for what I have, and I have enough. Please, ladies and gentlemen, take those two affirmations with you. The last thing that I want to say on my monologue before I bring in my special guest that I go way back to is I was on the radio this morning. Well, I wasn't on the radio. I was listening to it. I'm on the radio right now, technically. I was listening to the radio this morning. It was talking about the rap albums that was nominated for the Grammys, having a debate about which one is going to win. And I would like to put in my 2 cents on that one. So if y'all didn't know, These are the nominees for Best Rap Album for the Grammys. Travis Scott, Astroworld.
Good album.
Very good album, which has a lot of traction right now. Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap. Another great album, which has got a lot of traction as soon as it came out. Pusha T, Daytona. Another great album.
The least great of the two that you mentioned, but
The least great. You know what? Actually, yeah. However, Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy. I like it, but is it above Pusha T?
yeah, actually, I think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me why.
So,
Actually, I don't even think Pusha T should be in contention for album of the year. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
The project is 21 minutes long. Okay, it's too short to be album of the year. That's to me what disqualifies it. That's like saying the movie of the year is an Instagram video. It's too short, 1 minute long,
You know what?
right? But if a lot of people watched it, right? But it's still a 1 minute clip. Could it possibly be the movie of the year? No, it's too short, and his album's too short.
I actually heard a lot of people say that.
That's my only issue with it.
Yeah, and that's a valid issue. And the only thing is that from the Grammys determination or like their qualifications for an album is that it has to be more than 5 songs or like more than I think 20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes and 5 songs. So this is 7 songs and 21 minutes.
So it just makes
so they did it. They strategically did it like that so they could be eligible. But to me, they cheated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like getting a 69 and you pass, but you can't act like you got good grades if you got 69.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? You just made it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one.
And his subject matter is limited. Okay, I love the soul sample type of tracks, and it has a lot of that. But if we talk about his subject matter, Pusha T only talk about one thing. That's why you can only get 7 tracks. But Astro World is well rounded.
It was 2 things on
What?
Pusha T's album.
And Drake?
Yeah, Selling Drugs and Drake. That's it. No, he did well talking about those things, but
Sure,
it was 2 things.
Sure. Yeah. What else was on their list?
I said Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy,
Yeah,
right? Which
yeah.
I do like.
I did.
I just don't think that it's going to win.
You know, I think it is.
You think it is?
Yep.
Over Astro
Because we talking
World?
about the Grammys, so we talking about some people that's not looking at. They're not even looking at rap albums from the same standpoint that rap fans are looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
They looking by what they saw as far as impact, and I don't think anybody had a bigger impact this year than Cardi.
Yeah.
So while I think that Astro World was of those 5 was the best one, I personally think Meek Mill had the best album of the year.
Championships?
But, yes, but it wasn't in the contention. So
Yeah.
But of this list, I think that Astro World was the best of what you just named.
Well, I didn't even get into the last one, which I wanted to talk about a little bit. Mac Miller, Swimming. He got a what is it, posthumous?
Yeah, posthumous.
Yeah, posthumous nod. Now, personally, because it's stacked up against Astro
So why
World,
you say why? Like, how you feel about the album?
See, I actually listened to the album after he passed, which was
a lot of people did.
Yeah,
they slept on that album.
Yeah, I personally did sleep on the album, and then after he passed,
Were you a fan?
I felt,
Are you a fan of his?
Oh yeah, I'm a fan of Mac Miller, but
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it until after he passed, and I wish I didn't do it because I was a little bit too emotional throughout the whole album.
You mean because he's gone?
Yeah, because he's gone, and I feel like that the overall sound of the album. You know, you think about his passing.
He was going through a lot.
Yeah, like it just. I'm not gonna say it fits, but like I don't think there's no other way to explain it. It's just, it's ominous.
I'm just glad that it wasn't one of those albums that they put together after he passed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was what he wanted to do. This was his body of work. I don't like those albums that they piece together and then get some features and then put that out and then call that somebody's album when it's their words, but these might never been songs that ever even wanted to come out.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they're just like, we got a verse, so we got to put it out. Like they did it with Tupac, they did it with Biggie. You know what I mean? They did it with Aaliyah a little bit. You know what I mean? And I guess they did it with XXX. You know what I mean? A little bit on that last thing they put out, but. Yeah, I'm glad that this. But they're gonna. Do you think it's gonna be more Mac Miller projects? Probably.
I honestly don't know.
Probably got some verses sitting around. Yeah,
he probably do have some verses sitting around. But I was just saying that it was still great. It was still a great album. You know,
better than Cardi. So I guess let me ask you this:
there's a reason why I went quiet. I don't want to say that.
How do you rank albums? Like, what makes an album great for you?
It has to be a great either all around album, or you have to like cater to that theme very, very well.
So you like the theme? You like the theme albums?
And that's why I guess I have a personal touch for Mac Miller's album because it was an overall theme, and he did it very, very well.
Cardi's album, like they take time to put. So you like the theme albums as opposed to a collection of hot songs that don't necessarily go together, right? But it might just be. Well, see, yeah, and Cardi's is probably like that. Yeah, it's Cardi's like no theme.
Cardi's is more of a
we just
made
some songs.
However, they were done really well. They were done really well. My personal opinion is I think Nipsey Hussle should grab that. Should grab that Grammy.
I don't have no problem with that because that's a solid project.
Yeah.
That was and I feel a theme in that too, in that album too.
I do.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I don't have a problem with that.
It's a little more theme than collaborative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But I just think it was just a solid overall project. However, what I do see happening is either Cardi or Travis Scott because that's the ones that you hear nonstop.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you hear nonstop. So that's my little 2 cents of the rap Grammy race. A lot of other people's 2 cents on the rap Grammy race is Cardi's gonna win. Someone said it is going to win.
That's what they said?
Yeah. This is
it is going to win?
Yeah, it is going to win. This is my best friend Maria from Texas. She said it is going to win, Jared. It is going to win. And I'm like, look, I ain't the Grammys. You know my vote. If I had my vote, I'd say Nipsey Hussle. Give it to Nipsey. But
I don't know if they're gonna do that.
I don't know if they're gonna do that. But what we is gonna do is we gonna move on, ladies and gentlemen, because to my right. Why did I just start laughing?
Come on, man.
To my right, I not only have a great artist on the rise right now, but I also have one of my friends that goes back years, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
When he knocked on the door, and I dapped him up, it was a little bit of a vibe. I was like, man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on the show right now, I have my friend and a great artist on the rise, Phrodoe. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's coming over. Now come on over. Come on over. With your Dragon Ball Z shirt.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have Phrodoe on with me for an exclusive interview about his music and his album that is out right now, Schmackheem and Caffeine, which I'm about to lay into the title on it. But before we even get into that, man, before we even get into that, I have one of your singles on deck.
Hey.
So do you think you want to introduce it? Saludos, you want to introduce your single?
All right, man. See, this is my song, Saludos. You know, in Spanish, I said that wrong, I'm sure. Which is terrible, because I was a Spanish major in college. But that's aside. This is a song basically, Saludos means greetings. So I'm basically greeting myself here. So.
Ain't that the perfect way to introduce your song? Greetings.
There you go.
All right, y'all, so we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to talk to Phrodoe about all his music, all his endeavors, catch y'all up. This is Out the Box Radio. We'll be right back. Thank y'all.
What time does your cleaning woman arrive in the morning?
About 9.
Gives you exactly 12 hours. Leave me to sort this out. You? Lose yourself.
Yeah. This suburban shit. 301, bitch. We got this motherfucker. What's up, what's happening? It's Little Fro, let's get it crackin'. On tracks we rapping, always working, never slacking. Yeah, music's passion, visual show Phrodoe fashion. My ice, it bites my wrist and my neck attacking. My man's there trapping, shift the shit to get the pack in. It got me laughing, coughing like I took a lap, man. You got more fractions, means your money keeps subtracting. Negotiate, so they get paid up off the back end. When I'm in my whip, you normally hear music blasting. I could die any day, so I'm out here and I'm taking action. And I do love lust, but these girls are only a distraction. Yeah, attention's cool, but attachment turns into harassment. I blow that smoke until my lungs are fucking black. Then I retract from life. Man, all I need's a casket. I keep it 100, so you never say I'm asking that I'm never good mentally. Yeah, thanks for asking. I'm so dope. I keep my friends right beside me, yeah, and they know they the only ones that really ride with me on the low. We all about financial drive, see just how we grow. Even if a nigga needs some privacy, let him go. If he's real, he'll return to ride with me on the road. They the niggas that been grounded me, meet my folks, DMB, the ones that really vibe with me, saludos. Bitch, I'm stressed, but best believe I bet I flex. I take debris and turn it right into a chest of gold. I never sold dope except for that one time when I told Special J he could have it. I ain't want it. He gave me the cash and then I fronted him the weed. What you need? I bet you I got it in the whip. We step in the party, it's looking gnarly. About to get started all up in this bitch shit. They took my car keys, I'm on Bacardi, and I'm just really just trying to get lit. It's only partially because of the costly things I've done, even if legit. I hate to do it, looking at me. When I'm wrong, hit the bong, put it in a song, and then relive it. Perpetual suffering, I need a sip. I've been walked on, I'm an Aquarius. I'm leading the team in assist. The respect they show you changes a bit when they see the ice that's all on my wrist. 301 monk, I don't need a bitch, just a companion. Keep my mind expanding, hand to put my hand and help me escape the shit that I'm handling. I don't need a mansion, just a place to raise the famine. And all of my people gon' eat, even if I have to suffer a famine. And I'm so dope. I keep my friends right beside me, yeah, and they know they the only ones that really ride with me on the low. We all about financial drive, see just how we grow. Even if a nigga needs some privacy, let him go. If he's real, he'll return to ride with me on the road. They the niggas that been grounded me, meet my folks, DMB, the ones that really vibe with me, saludos.
And we back, ladies and gentlemen. Phrodoe's to my right. That was his song Saludos, aka Greetings.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, man. So tell me about Saludos. First off, greetings.
So, what's up? What's happening? It's Lil Fro. Let's get it cracking. I started the song. I was like, "Hey, what's up, man? This is greetings, right?"
Yeah. But I have a question for you. So on the album though, it's like number 7. I think number 6 or 7.
Oh
it's on the back end of the album. So why you put a song that's supposed to be a greeting on the back end of the album?
All right, man. See, look, I'm a weird guy, and I like to do things a little differently. You know what I'm saying? So instead of like the normal way of just like introducing yourself and then getting into the shit, I was just like, nah, look, I'm gonna just throw you right into the shit, and then like once you just kind of get a vibe for what I'm on right now, then I'm gonna be like, all right, now that you see all that, I'm Lil Fro, I'm Phrodoe.
Okay.
This is me, and these are my boys.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
That's fine. So what? What inspired you to make the album that you did, Smack? Actually, no. Let me hold off on that question. The album title, Smack Him and Caffeine. Why and where? Why and where?
Why
did you
and
come
where?
up with that?
Somewhere on the east side of Moco, you know what I'm saying? That's where the little Silver Spring, Maryland house. You know, yeah, we was kicking it.
You mean your house?
Yeah, my house.
Y'all don't understand. I know this kid. Y'all understand? I know this kid. We went to high school together, so I gotta press him about this. Anyway,
man.
go ahead.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I was kicking it with like my boys, DMB, Scotto, and J-Med, like the other two in the group. Yeah, we was kicking it and like we was chilling and shit, and you know we was mad. But I don't know. We just came up with this like one idea of like being like this one smacked ass nigga that's like the embodiment of being smacked, that he pretty much becomes a whole new person. His name is Smackeem. But yeah, so Smackeem is just being smacked basically. And then I gotta drink coffee because I gotta wake up, man. Right. I'm trying to make some money. Like I gotta go to work. I gotta do all this other stuff. Like you can't just be like out of it all the time. So that was pretty much like what my life has been like the last like year and a half, 2 years. Just getting smacked just to get right, and then on the caffeine with the coffee just to wake up and be productive, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And so you incorporated that all into this album.
Oh yeah, all throughout the album.
So now that you say that, I can see why that you started off the album like you did, just getting right into it, and then as it's, you know, coming to its close, that's when it starts to slow down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should actually go listen to it though. Smack Him and Caffeine. It is out everywhere now, on iTunes, on Spotify,
Everywhere.
So man, let's go back a little bit.
Let's go.
When did you start making music? Let them know.
Oh shit, man. Like music's in my genes, man. Like everybody in my family play instruments and stuff. My mom tried to teach me the clarinet at like 4. I was just messing around with it. I used to bang on the pots and pans in the kitchen when I was a little kid. But music, I started at 8 playing the saxophone. But like rap music, I started back in high school. It was like in 10th grade. It was probably like 16, 17.
I remember that.
Yeah. It was just for fun back then. We was just fucking around.
So,
but yeah.
So at that time, did you have like any other passions or anything else that you wanted to jump into before you decided, yeah, let's strictly go into making music?
I had so many different interests. I had like 1,000 interests, and I was trying to do like all of them. I would dabble in each one of them until I would see like, oh, this ain't for me. Oh, let me try that. Oh, no, that's not for me. Oh, yeah, oh, nah. But the one that stuck throughout all of it was music. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what, like, because my life always tries to take music away from me, but music has never left. Music's the only thing that's like been there for me throughout like everything in my life, like music.
Yeah. So tell us about DMB, Them Minor Boys. How'd you guys link up? Where'd y'all come up with the name, everything? Like, how did that group start to form?
Man. DMB, like, those are my homies. Like, those are my mans from back in the day, like, way, way back. I met Scotto in 8th grade. Yeah, he went to Brick Cheney with me. Mm-hmm. And then he lived in my neighborhood, and I was taking a walk one day, and he just, like, rolled up on me. And I was like, whoa, that's that guy from class. Oh, shit. But, yeah, nah, since that day, we've just been cool, just kicking it all the time. And then, you know, J-Med is his brother. I met him through Scotto, so, you know. J-Med's the one who I got on the music tip, and then Scotto came in later on, like a lot later. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it used to be just me and J-Med, and that's when we first started the Minor Boys back in like 10th grade. We were coming off of all the rock bands and stuff. Like, we was in a bunch of rock bands and stuff, and then once that all failed, we were like, all right, we're going to switch it over to hip-hop now, because, I don't know, we were trying to be on some different stuff. Mm-hmm. So.
All right, so when you guys made that transition to hip-hop, is that how y'all came up with the concept for The Wood in the Way, which was DMB's mixtape?
Yes and no. It's like that's where all like the concept and ideas and all that shit came from. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, that's where we're from. Like, we're from Tanglewood, like the wood, mm-hmm. the way, like my street. And but that concept didn't really come until like we really all sat down and actually started kind of getting serious with it. Like about like 2 years ago, really. That's pretty much when Scotto came on. He pretty much like was like, all right, I'm actually get serious with it. And me and J-Med were already serious with it, but like he started getting serious with it, and that kind of just started up the whole DMB stuff. So that's pretty much when we started running. When Ice and Gold kind of came out back like 2015. No, that's when we made it. It came out 2016. That's right.
All right. So let me go back to something you said earlier. You said that you guys started off as a rock band.
Oh yeah.
Before even hip hop. So why cross genres?
Bruh, I make every type of music. Like, I'm a musician, man. Like, bro, I've made jazz songs. I've made classical songs. Like full out, like, multi-piece, like, what do you call it? I haven't been away from classical so long. I forgot all the terms and whatnot. But yeah, like, stuff. Yes, I've made a lot of different types of music. And rock was one of those types of music because that was really one of the only, like, modern forms of music I could really still play an instrument and play with my friends. But, like, it's like modern music. I don't have to play like Bach with my friends. I could play like a Green Day song or some shit, like, or whatever, like whatever band you're trying to play, like, yeah.
All right, so let me go into, actually no, before I go into that, let me ask you this. There's a whole bunch of, you know, artists around the DMV, and we bring them up here all the time, you know, people from R&B singers like Mike Thomas to, you know, other rappers. So is there anybody like in the DMV that you would like to collaborate with or like to make music with?
I ain't got nobody specific. I'm trying to work with everybody, man. Like, I just love making music. If you got like music that actually has like some, not substance, but like it don't even really have to have substance. I've worked with a lot of niggas that don't really be saying nothing. But like, like as long as you got like some type of passion going on with your music, I want to fuck with you. Like, I'm very adaptable. I can, you know, I make every type of music. I can make whatever type of music you're on. So I'm definitely trying to rock. If you fuck with my shit, let's go. I could probably learn to fuck with your shit if I don't already fuck with your shit. So let's go. Like, I'm just trying to make music. That's all I'm trying to do, man.
Is there any like, and I'm just gonna use this term big league because there's no other term that I can really come up with right now. Is there any like big league collaboration that you would like to do?
I would like?
Yeah, like if you had it your way, like if you could pull any artist, what collaboration would that be?
If I could pull any artist, I'm not even gonna fake. I would pull 20.
You can only pull two. That's it.
No, I'm pulling 2015 Party Next Door.
2015. That's very specific.
No, very specific.
Very specific.
Because, you know, after 2015, you know, he kind of started getting on some other shit. I'm not really fucking with his like newer shit, but like, whenever, I don't even remember what year it was, but it's around that year. Like when he came out with 2, like his album 2, Party Next Door 2 or whatever, that junk, classic in my book.
That specific Party Next Door.
Yeah, that specific Party Next Door. He was
not 3 Party
he
Next
couldn't
Door.
mix them. Yeah, 3 Party Next Door. He cool, and then, you know, the stuff afterwards. Then it's like, but like, a lot of people didn't like 3. I like 3. 3 was tough. But y'all didn't like 3, so I mean, that's whatever.
But
2 was better. It wasn't better than 2. I can tell you that much right now.
What would you do with that though? What would you do with the collaboration with them though?
Shit, man. Look, when I make music, I make music that I like to listen to. So I don't give a fuck if nobody else really fucked with it. The song that we would make, I could already just tell. I just know how his like artistry is and like how mine, because he's a big influence of mine. So just knowing what we would make, as long as I fuck with it, which I know I would. That's all I care about. I'd be bumping that. That'd be the most played song on my phone.
So speaking of music that you like to make and that you fuck with, the single "Losing My Touch," the one that you have a music video for.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So why specifically that subject matter in that song at that time?
You know, because a lot of my projects be taking like a long period of time to make, just because of like different things. And like, I made that song like a year and a half ago. I'm not gonna go fake. And I shot that video like last January. Like I look a little different now, just a little bit. But you know, Losing My Touch, like I felt like, because we had already been through so much, like me and DMB at that point, and like I was kind of like losing like my, like you kind of get on like a little streak when you're making music. Like there'll be periods where you're like, all right, I'm making a bunch of trash right now, and then you'll be like, oh, I got one, okay, yeah, and then you go a little further, I got another one, and then you start getting like a little streak. You're just like, I can't miss right now, but like at that time when I made that song, I wasn't missing. I mean, I was missing, so I kind of felt like I was losing my touch.
You said you looked a lot different. Like how different?
Just a little different.
You trying to see? We got the video. You trying to see?
Hey, let's see, man. Hey, look, y'all can tell for yourself, man. Do I look a little different?
Because I was looking at the video and you saying like you look a little different. I'm like, no, you don't.
I'm a little older.
You look like the same. You look the same Robert. Now, not the same Robert from like 9th or 10th grade.
No, I definitely look different than that.
Yeah, you know, from like 9th and 10th grade. No, that was.
He was lit, but like.
Speaking of which, I don't know why this just randomly popped in my head, but do you remember the time when you actually cut off your fro?
Young, never again.
Like,
never again, man.
Bruh.
I thought I was doing something. I was clearly wrong.
Like, cause
never again.
Because of course,
man.
like, okay, like this is another type of fro, but I'm like, the fro that you had was
This
like,
one
you know,
evolved.
it was a 1970s like type of. It was an undercover brother fro.
See,
and then
slick,
one day you walk into class and it's a shape up. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh man. Had my potato looking head. They called me a Ninja Turtle for days, boy. Oh nah.
Oh my gosh.
Slim.
I don't even remember them saying Ninja Turtle. I don't even remember them saying that.
Oh man.
But let me just say this, and I'm glad you got your fro back, and that you're not going back to that.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Please keep your fro for as long as possible, because as you can see, I can't really keep mine right now.
Hey man.
Man, I was texting one of my friends today, and he made a joke about, like, you know, me going bald or whatever. I was like, I still look good. In fact,
That's all that mattered, baby.
I was like,
that's all that mattered, man.
I was like, in fact, I look better than what I look like.
Speak on it.
I look better. So who is you trying to tell?
Hey, kill him.
So what was your so going back to losing my touch?
Oh,
you said,
yeah.
So you shot that back in Tanglewood?
Right around Tanglewood, like right across the street from Tanglewood at the park. It was at Calverton Park, Galway Park. Like, it's two different parks, but it's like the same thing. They're right next to each other.
Okay.
But yeah, right there.
All
So
right.
it was on some real Fairland, east side of Moco, 301 stuff, man. Bringing it to you right from the gutter.
right from the gutter of Fairland.
The gutter of Fairland.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can pull that music video up right now. It is a dope video. So DJ Diamond K is gonna try and bring it up, ladies and gentlemen. This "Losing My Touch" by Phrodoe, and it's also got the DMB in there. So y'all sit back and enjoy that one. We'll be right back.
I feel like I'm losing my touch, but these people showing me love. Some of my niggas I trust, we get lit fly like a dove. Don't me off in the club, when that fight happens, I'll be in the pub. All these niggas they wanna eat too, gotta work if you wanna get right.
Wildin' out, I've been wildin' out, yeah. In the south, MD in the south, yeah. Word of mouth, all from word of mouth, yeah. Get the clout, always get the clout, yeah. Fill it up, drink all in my cup. Get no fuck, I just smoke the dope. Hit me up, Lil' Shaw just said what's up. In the car, nostalgia's what we love, yeah. I'm riding so I can get lifted. She lifted so now she is riding. One bitch acting like London Tipton, and another one act like Mariah. I got one homie that's a witness, so I guess that now I am a liar. But I put all this shit in my lyrics, guess that's how I make all this fire. I put all this heart in the game, I cannot afford to fail. I would rather not be here, but I will not go to hell. Suck around, suck around, suck around. He didn't say like fuck a nutgown, ooh. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. You cannot fuck with 301 sound, ooh. Wildin' out, I've been wildin' out, yeah. In the south, MD in the south, yeah. Word of mouth, all from word of mouth, yeah. Get the clout, always get the clout, yeah. Wildin' out, I've been wildin' out, yeah. In the south, MD in the south, yeah. Word of mouth, all from word of mouth, yeah. Get the clout, always get that clout, yeah. Sometimes I wonder why I even think that I'm destined, but blessings from the Most High satisfy all my questions. My friend who reps the Quran taught me a Bible lesson. Even looking for no trouble, you can still get blessed, man. Point of no return, life further got me burned. I just had to learn, there's so much for me to earn. Was really looking back on it, I realized that there's so much for me to yearn. But I've been heady bitches get naked up in the studio like I'm Howard Stern. Hot tub with a shawl, black girl thankfully, friend wanna fool more. Everybody smacking, everybody on 10, you know Phrodoe coming clutch. When you ask me what I'm doing, I say nothing much.
I feel like I'm losing my touch, but these people showing me love. Some of my niggas I trust, we get lit fly like a dove. Don't me off in the club, when that fight happens, I'll be in the pub. All these niggas they wanna eat too, gotta work if you wanna get right.
Wildin' out, I've been wildin' out, yeah. In the south, MD in the south, yeah. Word of mouth, all from word of mouth, yeah. Get the clout, always get the clout, yeah. Wildin' out, I've been wildin' out, yeah. In the south, MD in the South, yeah, yeah. Word of mouth, all from word of mouth, yeah, yeah. Get the clout, always get that clout, yeah, yeah.
Kill.
Yo, that was Losing My Touch, the music video by Phrodoe. Yeah, man. It was lit.
Hey.
It was lit.
Hey.
Like another one of your songs. It was lit.
Hey.
So
Yes.
we asked this question to all the artists that comes up. Well, we ask a lot of these questions that's coming up to a lot of artists that come up. Why do I always fuck up my shit? Anyway, so do you have any behind the scenes things that you would like to share on that video? Like any behind the scene moments, whether they were funny or they were just, memorable, that stuck out in your mind while filming that?
Behind the scenes, I don't know. Like the biggest thing is that like the videographer was from where I was from, pretty much. He was right around the corner. Like when I hit him up, I didn't even like know him before I hit him up, but like I hit him up and he was just like talking about where we could meet up. And I was like, oh, you literally are right around the like a 2-minute drive around the corner type shit. So that was kind of cool. So we shot the video like right by where we stay, like on some real like Fairland East Side shit. You know what I'm saying? But yes. Anything else?
You
got to use his drone. Hey man, I'm asking myself, bro. You got to ask yourself sometimes.
Right. So wait, you just said a drone.
Yo, he had a drone, yeah.
Yeah,
because that's how you got the little aerial shots. Yeah.
Oh, okay, bet.
That was cool. That was like the first time we shot with a drone.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that was interesting. Just seeing like the little speck in the sky, and you're like,
just kidding. You midway through the video, like, okay, drone, get it. All right, so here's a good question for you. You've been doing this for a few years now, going back to your high school days. So
yeah.
And a lot of things have changed in the music industry since then. Like what are some of the changes that you would like to see in the music industry going forward?
Some changes. I know how the flow of music goes, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna go back to this. But I would like to see a little more substance in the music, just a little bit. Like it's
substance in song matter and lyrics, or
just something like something interesting. Because shit is boring right now. I'm gonna be honest. Like, just
is it too much trap? Is that what it is? Too much trap?
The trap is fine, but like, can we say something? Like, I know you fucked my bitch. I know you got 100 on your wrist. Like, that's cool, but how was your day, man? How do you feel, really?
How do I feel?
No, the trap nigga. I know the trap life can be stressful. Why don't you share how that stress feels? Like, we don't have to talk about the money. We know you got money.
Yeah.
You trapping. I hope you got money if you trapping. You ain't doing a very good job if you ain't got no money, but I just want to hear something different, really. Like that's really what it is.
So are you making that part of your mission to like put out something different?
Yeah, I do my best. God, I'm a little older than most of the people who are like really popping right now. So,
But don't you always feel the struggle of like, trying to put out something new, but still, trying to keep your music relevant to today's era?
The struggle, that's the fun part. I love like trying to like mix different things. So like I'll take like a old element, mix it with a new element, some element from some other shit that don't really belong, and mix it with something else that don't really belong, and just to see what it does. And then if it sounds cool, we rocking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I'm always trying to incorporate. Like I take what I like from the music and try to combine it into something new. Basically, that's my approach. So I would attempt to take the lyricism and the new banging trap beat, mix it together to make some interesting shit.
Interesting. All right, so this is Justin's favorite question to ask everybody who comes up here. What are some of the challenges that you faced in your career?
Man,
don't put your head down. It makes you stronger.
Man.
They all make you stronger.
There have been a lot of challenges and struggles, man. Like just really like the biggest thing is getting a reliable team together. You know what I'm saying? Just if you have a good, reliable team, you could pretty much do anything you want in the world. But like if your team isn't like reliable, then you're not gonna really amount to much. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And I'm not calling anybody a weakest link, but there are times when you need to uphold your end of the deal. There's times when shit just got to get done. You know what I'm saying? Right. And if it don't get done, then we can't really rock like that. And when we can't rock, then I'm out of a person that does that job, and then it holds everybody up. And that's been my biggest thing, is just getting a reliable team. There's a lot of people who have a lot of skills. There's a lot of people who say they can do a lot of things, but there's not a lot of people who actually do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Do you find that challenge very common throughout the industry, or is there any challenges
you
find very common in every other situation?
Oh yeah, I mean, life's all connected. Like everything mirrors each other. Like this industry's real like that. Like there's a lot of people that say they can do a bunch of stuff. They don't do a bunch of stuff. They only want to do stuff for you if you got this or that. But it is what it is. Like you learn to work around it. But that's how it is in like every industry, really. Like everybody be working like that. Like nobody wants to do something unless you can get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah. All
right. So if you could offer any word of advice to any artist that's up and coming, what would you say to them?
Practice. Stop trying to freestyle on the beat. You all can't freestyle. But I mean, just practice, man. Like make better stuff. Like if you actually sit down and think about what you're doing, you'll probably come up with some pretty dope stuff. But, just doing whatever, the first thing that comes to your mind is most likely either already been done or is not really that interesting. So, I mean, yeah, just sit with your stuff. All right. Sit with your stuff and make some good stuff.
All right. So as I kept saying at the beginning of the show, it is 2019, the third day. Anything coming up for 2019 or in the immediate future?
Oh, man, I got a lot. We got a lot coming. 301 Sound, DMB. Every time, you know what we saying? I got my man's Big Bad Cozy's project coming up very soon, within like a couple weeks. I'm doing a joint project with him coming up within the next 2 months. I just shot the video for Saludos. That should be coming by the end of the month. I'm about to shoot a video for Lit with Trograd Monte. Like that should be coming soon as well. We got DMB music coming. We got me and J-Med, we did a joint project called Eastside Shit. That should be coming within the next couple months. Lots of videos, lots of everything. I'm just out here trying to work, man. That's what's up.
And where can they find all this work? Where can they find all this?
Look, man, music? You can find us everywhere, man. We on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or whatever. Everything, whatever you got, we on there. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, man. If you want it for the free, go on YouTube.
And that's Phrodoe, that's DMB, that's everybody. Right?
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm just saying you got to confirm it.
Phrodoe, Dem Minor Boys, DEMMINORBOYZ. Dem Minor Boys on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Phrodoe, PHRODOE on Instagram. Phrodoe_ on Twitter. We out here.
There it is. He out here. And just in case that y'all forgot my social media, it is J Master Swain on all social media. JayMasterswain. I spell that because nobody can spell my last name.
Follow my man. He be posting some good shit, man.
Some days I don't know what I be doing.
Hey,
ladies and
having fun.
Yeah, we just having fun out here, one day at a time. I thank you for coming through, my brother. It's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you for having me, man.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much.
It's always a good time.
Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We are out of time for this edition of Out the Box. I thank y'all for rocking with me my first time hosting solo. It wasn't that bad.
Out of the box.
It's out of the box. Wait, it's okay. It's okay. The first time I was on the show, I was singing that in my head too. I was like, oh God.
I wasn't gonna let it rock without saying that. Oh man.
Yeah, this is how we gonna close it out, just like that. So play y'all out, ladies and gentlemen. This is Phrodoe's song.
My girl gets mad over stupid shit. My perspective or I'm losing it. Me and my niggas are too legit. That's the reason we can never quit. Nigga, I live in the future. Spoiler alert, I won't ruin it. Let's hurry this up, cause I will not live long with the way that